So, who's this Lucy? She's your brother's fiancée. You'd think if Peter were getting married, he would have announced it in the Tribune. We read the Sun-Times, amen?
Amen.
So why did she sneak out this morning? She has a job.
I like Mass better in Latin. It's nicer when you don't know what they're saying.
Hey folks, it's the Blind Guy here with another episode of Should You Watch, and this whole week we are taking a look at Christmas movies, and this one is a Should You Watch While You Were Sleeping. 1995, starring Sandra Bullock and Bill Pullman, not Jeff Daniels as many people seem to think. And this movie is good. I like this movie. I think it's cute. It is not perfect, but it is one that I will watch anytime somebody wants to watch it, especially around Christmas time, because in my opinion, it is a Christmas movie. I've seen some debate on that. It takes place around the Christmas holiday. It involves a Christmas family, several Christmas family scenes. I think it's a Christmas movie, folks. If you guys all consider Die Hard a Christmas movie, this is definitely one, because I don't think Die Hard is, and maybe I'll have a video on why it isn't later on. I think that's just something cool to think right now. But be that as it may, the movie centers around a toll booth operator played by Sandra Bullock, who is madly in love with a man she has never met before, and who comes through her toll booth all the time, and she ends up saving his life. He goes into a coma. The family incorrectly believes she's the fiancée of the man in the coma, and so they bring her in, and then she falls in love with his brother, played by Bill Pullman. It's a ridiculous premise, but it works in this movie. The movie's not trying to be serious. It's a comedy, and it pulls it off. There are some great scenes where Sandra Bullock is trying to explain this whole mess with her other co-workers, and their reactions are hilarious. Jack Warden is in this movie from The Verdict and 12 Angry Men. He does a great job being the family friend who has figured out she's not actually engaged to the man in the coma, and wants to try to help her out with that. The movie just works. Peter Boyle is in it. He's hilarious at times. He plays the dad in the family, and there's dinner scenes where they have these random conversations that are extremely well done, like what older people actually have, where they think they're in the same conversation and they're not. They're hearing different ones and stepping on other people's conversations. Extremely well done in that regard. The movie is just... It's just a cute movie. I mean, I think it scores in 6.7 around there on IMDb. I think that's a little low. I'd probably give it a 7.0, 7.1. Not one that I'd necessarily own, but like I said, whenever it's on, I'll catch it. I watch with my parents a lot. They think it's really funny. I haven't seen it in a while though. I'll have to rewatch it this year. But that's While You Were Sleeping. This is from that golden era of the early 90s, mid 90s, even late 80s. Romantic comedies that they just worked. They were well casted. They were well written. The dialogue's funny. It's believable. And Hollywood just doesn't hit that anymore. I think they're too afraid to offend people, or too worried about being woke and all that. And so they don't really make these little romantic comedies anymore where you actually had gender roles. And I don't know, they just worked. I love them. And so this is one of them. It's not the greatest one, but it is definitely a worthwhile watch, and especially around Christmas time. So that is 1995's While You Were Sleeping. And I'll see you guys on the next episode of Blind Guy's View. Laters on the Menjay.
Laters on the Menjay.